What up? Coming to you live from JDM Hawaii. It's been super windy here every day, so I feel like Doug DeMuro with my new mic. I want to test it out. Comment below if the audio is better. I think this way is just a lot easier because now I can twist the camera each way and the audio stays exactly the same. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the good old Subaru Sambar, arguably the most popular K-truck. Depending on who you ask, some people might say it's the Acti, some people might say it's the Carry. I think it might be the Sambar. And oddly enough, someone like me who's owned 20 plus K cars has never owned any Subaru K car. For example, this very clean Diaz, glass roof, 4-wheel drive. This one is not automatic CVT, which I've said countless times. If you're watching this video, please stay away from this. This right here. If you're looking to buy a Sambar, this one is locked. But if you see ECVT, it's in your best interest to stay far, far away. This is not what you need in your life. I know you probably want an automatic Subaru, you want an automatic K car, and there's a lot of great options out there. This one isn't one of them. But anyways, I've never owned a Vivio. This is a car I've been dying to buy. This one's also automatic CVT. And there's also a parts car if you get the theme that we're going with. But I've been wanting one of these forever. These are like the mini WRX STIs. They come supercharged, 4-wheel drive, cool little hot hatch. This one has a bunch of fun parts in it. But even these two K trucks right here, it's crazy to think that someone who's owned so many Ks has owned no Subarus. I've had countless Suzukis, Mitsubishis, countless Hondas. You guys already know I'm the biggest Honda fanboy, and I've never owned a Subaru. And it's not because they're great models, because if I'm being honest, they're probably the most comfortable. That's another reason people love them. And by comfortable, I mean ride quality and interior space. I know all the big guys out there can definitely co-sign on that. I see countless comments of people saying that this is the most comfortable. You can see him about 5'8", 5'9". If I get into any other K-truck, I would not have this much room. But let's talk about the two stars of this video. First and foremost, we have a Subaru Sambar. And at face value, this looks like any other Subaru Sambar. You don't really see any difference. We got the good old Clover 4. But what makes this one different is that it's actually a dump. From my understanding, comment below if I'm wrong, I don't believe the Subaru Sambar came factory with a dump bed. It's kind of similar to the Honda Acti that's in front of us. This one is also a dump truck, but from my understanding, for it to be a dump, a shop or person in Japan would have to take off the bed, add the button, add the hydraulic, add the whole mechanism for it to work like a dump truck. Unlike this Daihatsu Hijet that came factory with a dump bed. But let me show you how this guy works. Interior wise, it's pretty standard. This is a 1992 Subaru Sambar, 5-speed 4-wheel drive, AC, 70,000 kilometers. You see the dump up and down button. Here's a look at the passenger seat. Everything is nice and clean. Now when I put the key in accessory, we can hit up. And just like that, we got ourselves a dump. It's cool seeing one like this, just because usually on the minicab or hijet, the engine or a lot of stuff would be there, but all we have is hard lines. You can still access the engine here, which is pretty cool. And now let's put it down. But just in case that Sambar wasn't enough wow factor for you, what do you have to say about the Bosozoku Subaru Sambar? Before we even get deeper into this, let's just do a full 360. Attention to detail everywhere. Nice LED reverse light. Needs a Special K exhaust. If you guys remember, we saw the 6-wheel version, the same company that built this one for Slater, when we were over in Japan. I'll show a picture on the screen right now. This is the 4-door model. Well, 4-wheel model, I should say. Look at these tires. The fact that this is on a K-truck, this is 205 70/15. And it doesn't even look strange. It actually looks like it belongs. Big wang, big lip, diffuser. The craziest part about all this is that the interior is really one of the cleanest I've ever seen. This one's a 1998, which I learned that also has this. It's pretty cool. You have your cup holder, hard workbench. They added this here. I think I'm definitely gonna add this in the blueberry lemon. Has a Kenwood double din. No cracks on the plastic. 5-speed 4-wheel drive, of course. Headliner's in great condition. Even the bed. Here's a look at the driver's side. Only 35,000 kilometers. For height reference, this is up to my hip essentially, right? On a normal Sambar, my hip is up to here, up to the door latch. I can easily just slide in with no problem. With this one, you almost need to kind of hop in. So it has 35,000 kilometers. Let's start this guy up. It'd be cool if someone like turbo swapped or supercharged swapped this guy. I just realized now that I have this mic, I can do cool stuff like this. So I'm 5'10". The car isn't small. This is probably at least 6'4" maybe. Okay, cool. So you still have a normal bed while still having this full kit, which is pretty awesome. Now we're just gonna let this guy warm up, and then I wanna drive it up in the mountains and see how it does on the highway, because it has a lot of extra weight on it. I'm assuming it has maybe close to like 400 pounds just with all this metal, and then these huge tires. When you already put big tires on K cars, it really slows it down. So I'm curious to see. I think it's definitely gonna ride extremely comfortable, but how much top speed did we lose? Are we still able to go 100 kilometers an hour, which is always the million-dollar question. So unfortunately, when you start to learn a new product, when you try to test out a new product, things like this happen. So this is 10 minutes of me driving the truck, and there's no audio. I do have to say, I'm going to do some voiceovers. It's hard for me to read my lips and know exactly what's going on. But as you can see here, I'm excited because it's very comfortable. Like, it's 10 out of 10 comfortable. Doesn't feel like a K truck. It feels like I'm in like a Hiace or one of the bigger cab over cars. Like, I wouldn't even say lightest. It feels bigger and taller and more comfortable than really any truck that I've driven. Steering wheel definitely needs an alignment. Third gear, 60 kilometers an hour. Working our way uphill. All right. We're getting there. So this is foot all the way down. Yeah, I think we lost some of the top speed. Not that these are ever speed demons, but looking like 70 is where we're topping out of. I'm also going up a very big hill, so let's see what it looks like on my way down. So now we're headed downhill. We're already at 70. I'm only in fourth. All right, we're at 80. I go into fifth. Okay, I spoke too soon. I can definitely hit 90. I do feel like there's a lot of things behind me, so I'd rather just relax here at 80. I feel like if I owned something like this, I would also need like nitrous surge. You remember like on Fast and the Furious, you can have it shoot out the sides? I'd have to do cool stuff like that. Like this one already has underglow, which is obviously mandatory. But if I ever own one of these, I gotta rice it out. I gotta put nitrous surge. We gotta have the underglow. I want to have loudspeakers. This thing already bumps. Maybe stars on the headliner. You gotta have a big exhaust. Like, look at this rear view right here. This without a crazy squid pipe, special case if you're watching this. If I buy one of these, we're gonna ship it to the Tacoma port. We're throwing an exhaust on it, and then I'm driving it home nice and loud. I know because of the kit, it'll never happen, but I forgot this is even 4-wheel drive. Like, this technically can go off-roading, which is insane to think about. Let's do another 360 in the sun. Really focus on all the attention to detail. Glow plate, of course. For sale too, the truck and the glow plates. Got the LED strip there. AC kicking on. Everything is reinforced. No way I would be taking on the highway if I didn't feel like everything was locked and loaded. The last thing we need is for this wing to fall off. It'd be pretty sick if this was lower and I was able to eat on it. I'm about to grab some food right now. But yeah, man. Let me park this up. We'll drive it back. I'll give you guys my final thoughts. I'm at B-side kitchen. Just finished my delicious meal. About to head back inside the Sambar. I was talking to Slater about it because he called me, asked me how it drives. I told him it doesn't go over 80 kilometers an hour, and he was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, but they also haven't done a tune-up yet. So I feel like after this gets new plugs, wires, distributor cap, rotor, fuel filter, air filter, and all that jazz, I can see it going a little faster. I don't think it's gonna go like 120. It does have a lot of weight. It does have these huge tires, but I don't know, maybe even 80 kilometers an hour with those tires really means closer to like 95. Let's head back to the shop. He actually has a couple new cars that just got there. In conclusion, this thing is sick. Comment below if you would buy it. Are you into this style? Or do you just want a normal Sambar like the one over there? And then stay tuned for future videos. We still got a lot of stuff to go over. A lot of cars to drive, a lot of cars to review. I gotta ship some of these parts to some of the people who want some things that are missing on their car. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Road to 40K. This is only like day 3 in Hawaii. We have about 15 to go. Peace.
Remember the name. This is way before the fame.